I would not say it's a machine. Now all these things are piece of art.
It's doing a disservice to the industry in India because it's making us less globally competitive.
We have passed on the entire price hike to the client because we are in no position to take care of them. Any client of Ducati need not worry. In case you have any concern regarding that, come to us. We are there to support you.
Are we finally going to see an EV from Ducati?
Then later on, we shall have a couple of launches. The high point of 26 is the 100th year anniversary or celebration of Ducati.
So the Ducati Panigale V4S is our performance bike of the year. Joining me today to accept the award is Mr. Bipul Chandra, MD, Ducati India. Bipul, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for calling us.
Your seat is reserved every year because you go home with a trophy every year.
Lovely trophy, yes. I'm actually looking forward to hold it now.
Well, thank you for joining us. So the Panigale is looking fantastic right next to you. It's evolved even more than the previous generation, and it's a fantastic machine, but it's also become eye-wateringly expensive. So who is your customer? What is the profile, and how do they take home a machine like this?
Well, this machine, as you can see, it's now I would not say it's a machine. Now all these things are piece of art.
Yeah.
So, well, yes, this is the 7th generation of the Panigale family, and the bike has come up really, really well with all the learnings from MotoGP, being dedicated to the people on the track, people like you and me who are not pro riders.
Yeah.
So the machine is affordable in way of riding. Well, what you spoke about affordability in terms of money is a different business altogether.
Yeah.
But all the people who love this bike, who are passionate about riding, getting their track timings, everything, this bike is meant for them. And for people like them, I think money is not a question.
Is the Panigale still your best-selling model?
Sort of, yes. In fact, for India, I would say that we are very lucky in a way that all our models, they contribute equally well. So, obviously, Monsters and Scramblers being at the more affordable range, or you can say the entry-level bikes, their percentage contribution is slightly higher. But I'm very happy that Monster plus Scrambler is almost equal to Panigale or Multistrada or Diablo plus Street Fighter kind of contribution. So that way we are very happy, very good, lucky to have people like all the passionate people like here Indian riders with us.
So I want to ask you something about the revised GST regime. So both Sid Lal and Rajiv Bajaj said, look, it's doing a disservice to the industry in India because it's making us less globally competitive, both as a market for Indian manufacturers and for the supply chain. How do you view that whole, this change in GST regime?
In theory and in practice, I fully agree to the idea that increasing the GST on the bikes was not a very nice way forward. See, there is, or you can say there are two different views to it. A, what I am subscribing to, that it's a disservice, as my eminent industry colleagues have said. B, probably there is another view that people who can afford a Ducati can always pay 9% additional GST. But that's not the right way. See, 1% is what they were talking about. Mr. Bajaj or Mr. Lal, they were talking about 1%, 1.5% about bikes bigger than 350cc.
Right.
If we talk about bikes bigger than 500cc, the percent is even lower.
That's right.
My understanding says we sell bigger than 500cc, not more than 6,000 bikes per year, out of 12 million bikes or more than that. So our percentage is, it can't even be computed.
Yeah.
So for such a small pie of business, probably giving that sort of support to us would have been far, far better.
Yeah.
Had we come into 18% thing, probably the increase in volume would have offset the increase in tax collection.
Right.
But well, everyone has a different view towards the business, so I cannot find fault with the government.
Yeah.
But yes, as a business person, my thoughts are definitely that we should have been given the similar kind of benefit.
So how does it affect your business in India, and how do you counter that?
See, Ducat is a very small business in India. Globally also, we are not a very big company, you can say.
Yeah.
We have a shade above a billion of euros in turnover across the world. In India, it is even lower.
Yeah.
So we don't have the bandwidth to absorb these costs. So unfortunately, we have increased the prices by the similar percentage. We have passed on the entire price hike to the client because we are in no position to take care of them.
Yeah.
So that has definitely impacted the volumes in October. We have seen numbers going down. But well, yes, at some point of time, the people who love these bikes, they will come back to us.
Yeah.
We are, you would have seen in the past 3-4 weeks, we have done slew of launches.
Yeah.
Multistrada V2, Panigale V2, couple of more bikes coming up, Pikes Peak, Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
Then very soon we shall be having the Street Fighter V2, the next Yaval V4. So we have done lots of launches. We have couple of launches lined up for this year itself. So we are not letting up anything. Full force on the pedal is there. And I'm sure sooner or later, the clients will come back to us and business will come back to normal. But yes, it makes the life more complex.
Yeah. And what about E20 fuels? How does that affect your existing customers and also your new bikes?
Again, see, the point is we are a company who are on the forefront of the tech. So anything which is being given by the government, we follow it to the T.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy to share that today all our bikes are E20 compliant. So the government mandate says that you need to take a certification and apply to us about the E20 compliance. We have done that. Almost entire range has been certified by the government for being registered in India as E20 compliant bikes. We are selling them. That's why you see all the new launches. They all are E20 compliant. Just about 1 or 2 odd models are not E20. We have already applied to the government. So the ball is in the government's court.
Right.
It is their process, so nothing against that. The moment they approve that E20, we shall inform the clients in general and the dealership, but that's about 1-2 models. Otherwise, I can tell you very happily and very confidently that we are one of those very few big bike makers who have almost 100% E20 compliance.
And what about existing customers? How should they deal with bikes that are a few years old?
See, as a matter of support to our clients, we have made this comment previously also, publicly, privately. Today, in front of the media also, I'm saying that any client of Ducati need not worry. In case you have any concern regarding that, come to us. We are there to support you. Our only problem, you can say that way, lies with the adulterated fuel, to which no manufacturer can do anything.
Yeah.
If the fuel adulteration is not there, you need not worry. E5, E10, E20, whatever is there, till today, I will talk only of E20.
Yeah.
As and when the things will move further, Ducati is there to support its client. No problem anywhere.
That's very comforting to hear.
Yes.
So I was at IAA, the German mobility show in Munich, and I saw the Ducati concept with the solid state batteries. So is that the future? Are we finally going to see an EV from Ducati when it comes to bringing a solid state battery pack to market?
Well, this is not the defensive force. See, Ducati has already launched the e-bike, we can say, because we all have seen the electric bike doing business in the Moto E circuit.
Yeah.
So Ducati is already working on that. The only difference, what I can say from other manufacturers or the market in general, is we are not there for commercial business as of now.
Right.
Ducati, as I always maintain, is engineering based company. And in business, we never say no. So we definitely are working on the e-bike. You have seen Moto E, you have seen the solid state battery. So that is something, there is a separate division working on that. Since I'm part of the commercial operation and out in the field, so I'm not aware of the exact things going on. In the due course of time, I shall be updated as and when required. As the industry will progress, as the market will demand, Ducati will definitely come up with the products suited for the market at that point of time. So let's see in a couple of years how the market unfolds.
Yeah. Also, not only does this bike look fantastic, but it sounds amazing too. So that's also something we'll have to wait. So finally, what do you have in store for 26? What is your outlook for next year?
We are very, very positive for next year. This year, definitely industry in general had certain disruptions in terms of E20, in terms of GST. By 26, I'm sure the industry would have taken care of that, the clients would have taken care of that. So I'm looking positively towards 26. We again have lots of launches lined up for 26. I will have to count actually, so that's a tough job. But in all fairness, I look forward to the beginning of 26 with a very, very different kind of bike from Ducati stable, and that will be MX 450. So that is the first time Ducati has ventured into this kind of segment. And by beginning of Q1, we hope to launch that bike in India as well. Then later on, we shall have a couple of launches. The high point of 26 is the 100th year anniversary or celebration of Ducati. Through your esteemed magazine, I would like to just remind our readers and passionate people that in 1926, we started in Bologna, and this is 2026. So we shall be having a grand gala celebration, and as luck would have it, we shall be having the World Ducati Week as well in 26. So looking forward to host all of you there, meet all of you there in 26, 4th of July at Bologna, at Rimini.
It's great. Well, very special year next year.
Yes.
We look forward to it.
Thank
you and congratulations once
Thank
again.
you.